Solve the following equations, and here we've got an equation involving a division. So we've got some number, x, divided by 6 equals 5. And since equations are all about doing the opposite, we're going to do the opposite of divide by 6, which is to times both sides by 6. So because I've got x divided by 6, if I then times by 6, I can effectively just cross out that divide. So I'm left with just what's on top, so just that x. And then over here I've got 5 times by 6, which is 30. And if you check back, that kind of makes sense, because 30 divided by 6 is 5. Next one again, I've got some number divided by 2 is 7. So if I want to find out what that is, I'm just going to do the opposite of dividing by 2, which is to times by 2. And that will cancel my divide out, leaving me with just x. And then I've got this side also needs to be times by 2. So 7 times by 2 is 14. And that makes sense again, because 14 divided by 2 is 7. These two have got an extra step in them. So here we've got some number, add 3, then divided by 5 gives me 3. So the first thing I need to do is undo this giant divide by 5, because everything here has been divided by 5. So to do that, I'm going to multiply by 5, and I'm going to do that to both sides. Now that will get rid of this giant divide by 5, because if I divide something by 5 and times it by 5, that cancels out. And it leaves me with just what's on top, the x plus 3 part. On the other side, we've got 3 times 5 is 15. So now I've just got a nice simple one-step equation. Something plus 3 equals 15. Well, you can do the opposite, or you can just do it by looking at it. I'm going to take away the 3, so that I get that x is 12. Now we're just going to check that it's right. 12 plus 3 is 15, divided by 5 is 3. That's correct. Now you'll notice the difference between this one and the last one. The last one, the whole thing had been divided by 5. Whereas here it's just the x that's been divided by 8. So if I was going to solve this, the first thing I'd do is get rid of this plus 4 here that's lying around on the end. But notice that I couldn't do that here because it had already been all been divided by 5. So here, I'm going to take away that 4 to get rid of it. And also got to do that from the other side. So I've not touched this, so I've still got x divided by 8. And 8 take away 4 on the other side is 4. So now I've got something divided by 8 gives me 4. I'm just going to do the opposite of dividing by 8, which is to times both sides by 8. So that causes the divide to disappear, and I get x equals 4 times 8, which is 32. Here's another 2 questions similar to the last 2. So some number x, take away 6, divided by 2 gives me 2. And here the first thing I need to do is get rid of this giant divide by 2, because everything has been divided by 2. I can't go ahead and add 6 as my first step, because everything has been divided by 2. So to do that, I'm just going to times both sides by 2. And that will get rid of the divide, leaving me with what's on top, the x minus 6. And on this side I've got 2 times 2, which is 4. So you can either do this just by looking at it, or you can keep doing the opposite, which is to add 6 to both sides. That will remove the minus 6, leaving me with just x, and 4 plus 6 gives me 10. 10 take away 6 is 4, divided by 2 is 2. Just realised I forgot to check the last one. Anyway, this one here, because only this has been divided by 3, I am free to get rid of this plus 7 first of all, so let's do that. And take it away from both sides. So that will leave me with just the x over 3. And on the right hand side I've got 10 take away 7, which is 3. So that's something divided by 3 is 3. Well, if we times both sides by 3, then that will help us find what it is. So I'll just have x on the top, and then 3 times by 3 is 9. Let's remember to check this one. 9 divided by 3, it gives me 3, plus 7 is 10. Last two examples, just slightly different setup here. On this one on the left hand side, the whole thing's been divided by 4. So the first thing I'm going to do is undo that divide by 4 by multiplying both sides by 4. That'll get rid of that divide and leaving me with just the 3x that's sitting on top. 6 times 4 is 24, so I've got the 3x equals 24. So that's 3 lots of something is 24. It's going to have a nice whole number answer as well, because x is 8. Check that it works. 3 lots of 8 is 24. 24 divided by 4 is 6. Again here, I can't add 3 straight away because this whole thing has been divided by 3. So first thing I'll do is undo that divide by multiplying both sides by 3. It will leave me with what's on top, which is 4x minus 3. And on the other side, 9 times 3 is 27. So this is a regular two-step equation from here, so keep doing the opposite. Opposite to minus 3 to undo that is plus 3. So I get 27 plus 3 is 30, and 4x still on the other side, which I've not touched. So how many 4s go into 30? I can get 7 whole ones in, and I've got 2 left over, and 2 is half of 4, so it is 7.5.